a mom who, when I was younger, showed me how to put the condom on the banana, you know? No, it was good. Because most of the bananas I've had sex with had, like, no idea. My father had a very different approach, though. When I was, like, 9, he sat me down and he was like, Erin, you ain't having sex until somebody finds a cure for all the STDs. I was like, okay. Can I have a chemistry set? Please, Daddy. All my little friends would be like, you want to play house? I'd be like, no, I want to play double-blind clinical trial. I have to cure HPV by the prom, TikTok, okay? I had a very emotional day today. A friend of mine called me up and she told me she was getting married and she asked me to be her maid of honor. And I just burst into tears because I don't want to do it. I was like, look, bitch, can I just write you a check for $700 up front? And maybe we can skip the bouffant and the fake nails and that fucking dress I can totally wear again. Because I'm never gonna choose to be that flammable again. I just think there's a lot of weird traditions with weddings in this country, like the veil. Brides wear veils. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we declared war in at least a couple countries in the past few years. Women wear veils there.
Oh my god, that country is so backwards and sexist. All the women have to wear veils.
Yeah, but don't women in this country also wear veils?
Yeah, but only on the day when all of their property and rights get symbolically turned over from their father to their husband.
I'm hoping she's not going to be like a bridezilla. I heard about this one bridezilla who made all of her bridesmaids weigh in periodically leading to the wedding. I feel like if I was in this wedding, I would do whatever she wanted and I would get all perfect. And then in the middle of the ceremony, I would wet myself. Because that immediately becomes the defining characteristic of this bitch's wedding, you know? Like,
you remember Stephanie's wedding? She had like a chocolate
fountain and lobster tails, and it was so fantastic. Sorry, Stephanie. Not really ringing a bell, Stephanie's wedding. Oh, it's over the bridesmaid. She had a little, you know, bridesmaid. She kind of, she peed herself. Oh, Stephanie, pee-pee wedding, Stephanie. Why didn't you say so? Didn't she kill herself? Poor Stephanie, I made her up. She's fake. I am psyched about one thing. As maid of honor, I get to plan the bachelorette party. And I am planning a destination bachelorette party to Mexico. And I am planning on bringing some condoms. Just in case we can't finish all the cocaine there. I'm going to bring some back. That ugly dress is not paying for itself. I've been listening to a lot of hip-hop music recently, a lot of R&B music as well. A lot of promises to do it until the break of dawn. Girl, we're gonna do it until the break of dawn. Guys don't do that. Like, maybe if we start at like 10 minutes to dawn. Sun is rising. The roosters are warming up, doing vocal exercises. Then maybe we'll make it till the break of day. Maybe. I did just move to New York recently. It is sketchy there. Oh, I have to pay my rent in cash. Yeah, I've got this crazy old lady landlord, and I'm like peeling off these giant bills like, all right, grandma, do what you gotta do. Because she's my grandma. Did I mention? She's my mommy's mommy. I live with my grandma now. I'm a grown up. I actually love living with my grandmother. my best friend is a lesbian, and this became relevant, so I had to explain it to my grandmother, and she was just shocked by this information. She was just astounded. Whereas if you saw my best friend, she would be one of the 5 gayest people you saw all day. Unless you have like a really gay job, you know, like maybe if you work at a dog bakery. Or if you're like a talent executive at the Bravo network. Like even still, she's gonna be in your top 10. She's the kind of person who you're like, oh my goodness, it is so nice to meet you because we really need a shortstop for my softball team. And she says, sorry, I play rugby. This is what we're dealing with here. My grandmother's floored. Erin and I had no idea she was a lesbian because, you know, she is such a pretty girl. Yeah, Grandma, that's how she gets other pretty girls to do sex with her. So she seals the deal. And then my grandmother said the greatest thing ever. She said, Erin, why do you know so many gay people? Is it because you lived in Massachusetts? Is that why? Because I've lived here for 77 years and there's just not that many gay people in New York City. I love it. I'm learning grandma's rules of the universe. You know, like lesbians can't be pretty, and there's not that many gays in New York, and immigrants should always smile. That's a good one. So you know they're happy to be here. I don't make up grandma's rules. And it's ironic because I myself am bisexual, which if you don't know, what that means is you're my type. Unless you're like a type that wouldn't like me back. I guess like there's 2 main groups, like gay men, obviously, and conversely, the Amish. Don't want to tap this for whatever reason, I don't know. I cover myself in buckles. I'm churning, I'm driving around central Pennsylvania, nothing. And I say that because straight women tend to be more of a gray area, you know? There are loopholes, like alcohol, and summer camp. So you guys work out. You look like a fit crowd. You look like you work out. I try to stay in shape. I go jogging in the evenings, and I always make it a point to wear white because I find people are less likely to hit me with their cars if they know that I'm a virgin. So try that. I live in this really, my neighborhood's kind of gentrifying. A lot of liberal hippies who like to throw their opinions on the back of their cars. Like I keep seeing this one bumper sticker that says, I don't mind God, it's his followers I can't stand. Which is exactly how I feel about Dave Matthews. But there's also been a lot of muggings in my neighborhood, and what they say is that you should carry an extra wallet so you can give the bum wallet to the mugger. Isn't that brilliant? It's so good. So I started carrying 2 iPods. I loaded one up with songs about stealing and remorse. It's gonna be a fantastic $400 passive-aggressive joke. I'm gonna play in a mug or something. Well, okay. So do you guys like to go outside? You outside people? I like outside. I like trees or whatever. But what I don't understand are these people who are just all the time, head to toe, REI, EMS, Patagonia, just geared up. They're just geared up all the time. Like, dude, you're going from your condo to your software job. Do you really need your kayak right now? Like, is that grappling hook part of the commute? What's happening with you? It's like they're always ready. You know, like someone's just gonna thrust a treasure map at them, and off into the White Mountains they will go. You don't have to live like that, you know? Like, I don't bring a stapler camping in case filing breaks out, you know? And the worst part is you don't need all that shit just to go outside, you know? Like, the Von Trapp family, they did not have microfleece, no. They had a song in their hearts, and they were wearing curtains, as history tells us, that's right, and they made it up over the Alps because they had Nazis chasing them. That's what they should sell you at REI, is a scary-ass Nazi that shakes your ass in the maybe paddle menacingly behind you. You're into extreme sports, I'm into extreme sports. That's what I'm saying.